Had some people tagging me to this situation with Godot Engine. Thank you all for the tags. So Godot Engine is a cross-platform free and open source game engine. And over the last 24 hours or so, it looks like there's been an insane amount of drama due to the community manager running the Godot Engine Twitter account and how they've made political tweets on that account. And when people respond in any sort of way that disagrees with those tweets, even very reasonable responses, they're absolutely losing it, blocking tons of people and hiding hundreds, if not thousands, of those responses. I've covered a lot of situations where I've laughed at people for hiding tweets, as you may know if you watch my videos. I don't think I've ever seen a situation where someone's hid this many though. Like, I'm not kidding. There's potentially over 1,000 hidden tweets. The amount of time it would have taken them to go through all that and get mad at them and hide them, absolutely insane. And they're not just hiding tweets that are insulting Godot, which would still be a bad look. Like, arguably you should never hide tweets at all, unless it's like a scam link or something. But nah, they're even hiding tweets where people are simply saying stuff like, "This is a bad business decision." And stuff like this one, for example, chasing the success and modern audiences of Dustborn, Concord, Star Wars Outlaws, Assassin's Creed Shadows. Please just be a game engine and not a political statement. I'm tired of hearing politics and political statements in everything nowadays. I just want games to be fun games. That's enough to get you hidden and probably also blocked. I'll go into more detail about all that stuff, but let's go back to what started all of this. And we can see it all began from Godot's tweet here where they said, "Apparently game engines are woke now. Well then we won't complain, rainbow emoji. Show us your hashtag WOCOT games below." Someone asked for additional context on why Godot Engine even made that tweet to begin with, and they linked to this set of tweets where you can see the one at the very bottom seems to be the one that spurred Godot Engine to make the aforementioned tweet that we just read. It's really odd that they'd hyper-focus on that tweet, considering that it only has 8 likes. And that's as of recording, meaning after they already pointed it out. So it probably also had even less views as well at the time that they saw it, and yet they still decided to hyper-focus on this thing and even make a tweet on the official account over it. The entire situation really spiraled out of control from there. As you already saw, they're hiding a bunch of tweets and banning people and stuff, but here's an example of them banning game devs, which they're also doing a lot of. Funny Game Dev had simply said, "Can you focus on fixing/supporting bitmap fonts to properly import into your engine first? Instead of doing this sort of thing, it's delaying my project a lot having to try to bug fix this with the little documentation that you have for this." That seems to have actually got them blocked, which they then follow up with saying, "Blocking me for this really mild criticism for something that should be in a 2D engine a while now is making me consider switching to a different engine. There's a proper use of resources and it should be done to fix the stuff you have in there, not adding new things." Here's another example, and this tweet has 17,000 plus likes. This person Stargim says, "I've been blocked. Guess what? I'm a titanium level backer for the Godot Fund. Guess what my next move is?" Implying that they're no longer going to be a backer at all. As we can see, what seems to have got them blocked was simply saying focus on the engine and not politics. Another game dev, this one over at Solash, shows how he's also blocked by Godot Engine, with an interesting development saying that the creator of Godot is actually looking into these blocks. The creator's full statement here reads, "I deeply believe that any political discussion that puts labels to a group of people is one that should not have started. As most of the people on this planet, no matter their political compass, seems to strongly disagree with me, I just prefer to stay entirely out of politics." Arthur then says, "It's fantastic that you wish to be neutral when your community managers purge anyone on the wrong side of politics. Can you explain this? I did not interact with you or Godot since I have nothing to do with your work," and showing where he was blocked. This leading to a separate exchange between the two of them with further information. One giving a response that reads, "Godot COC is only for interactions with the project or in project social media channels. If you behave properly, you should not be banned no matter what your political bias is. Sure, if you go and register in the forums and in your bio you write that your gender is attack helicopter, or if you make there any harassment or discrimination, that will be an instant ban. But that is your pinned message and should be unrelated." Arthur responding saying, "As I explained, I have not interacted with Godot or been informed of why this action occurred. I'm not on the Godot Discord, the forum, or any other community related to Godot as I don't use the tool. I hope you can see why this surprises me and others." And the message from the creator that we saw earlier saying, "Thanks for clarifying this, I'll look into it." Here's something else very interesting. This user would respond to the official Godot Engine Twitter account, posting an image of part of that statement from Juan. And this actually got them blocked. They say, "The main Godot account has just banned me for quoting the Godot creator. I posted it to test just how bad the situation is. I didn't think they'd actually do it." And now this leads up to a response from one of Godot's Discord mods from hours ago. The moderator message reading, "The drama isn't created by Godot, who just made a nice tweet to surface cool indie games. The drama is created by reactionary, insecure cowards who have nothing better to do in their day than to trash on something they're unconcerned with. They even feel persecuted because other people exist and are visible. These people's cowardice and small-mindedness is a danger to everyone. They're the filth of humanity, and banning them is a kindness to everyone, including themselves. That way, they can continue to pretend the world is made only of cowards like them and not be subjected to people that are different. For me, the only problem of this tweet is that it doesn't happen every day, so more of those imbeciles can be banned. They should be doing these tweets every 30 minutes, and anyone who has a problem with them can screw off to oblivion, and then screw off some more, and anyone having a slight issue with it here can screw off too. To not have mode drama, it's very easy. There will be no more drama the day those drama queens stop getting their panties in a knot around anything that doesn't concern them. See something that doesn't concern you in any way? Just do your best to be a normal human about it, and there will be no drama. Another response says, "You have no right of speech here, because I consider your speech to be toxic vomit. If you think inviting queer people to share their games is politics, you're a toxic piece of trash, an evil human, and I want you to feel disrespected and to screw off as fast as you can." Wow, what a nutcase. And this guy doesn't even follow his own standards, as they're even banning people for stuff that's not even related to what he's getting all mad about. And acting all unhinged and hypocritical like this doesn't do anything to help queer people, yet here he is trying to seem all virtuous about the whole thing. And on the note about blocking people, Pirate Nation from 3 hours ago made this tweet that says, Godot Engine is also blocking people on GitHub. This tweet with over 14,000 likes would also point out the apparent community manager of Godot Engine, as well as some of the actions that they've taken against people, and the statements that we went over from the Godot creator. We can see another response from Arthur on that tweet, this one saying, "It seems that many community managers in gaming want to run all social media like they do Reddit. It's a very tough job dealing with so many people. Losing a grip and blocking so many people, even on mild criticism or questions, can cause a lot of damage to the brand. And if you're not aware of how terrible and corrupt Reddit moderation is, mods over there constantly abuse their power, and many of the top subreddits are ran by the same circle of moderators." Now, to be fair, there are some subreddits that don't have this issue, usually some of the smaller, more niche ones. However, for Reddit at large, moderation is certainly a major issue, and would really require its own separate video to really go over the scope of how bad it is, so let's just move on for now. Responses to Arthur would include Yorch Torch Games saying, "They're called community managers, but they've never built a community on their own, and they don't know how to manage one. They end up alienating entire fan and user bases." And Madam Savvy saying, "It's really sad to see. I love doing community management. It's not meant to be a power trip position though, but the fact that these losers treat it as such shows how small their lives are." Yeah, it's a crazy thing how so many of these community managers that we've seen are really just authoritarians looking to find a position that they can take to abuse power. This happens far too often with community managers, but let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, because that's pretty much all of the main stuff regarding this segment. As always, thank you so much for tuning in. I do hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, liking and or subscribing to the channel would be much appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a great rest of your weekend.